Do women prefer high testosterone men? It's a question that I know a lot of you guys are interested in. I'm going to share my personal experience today in this video, and also the experience from guys who've worked with me as well. Quite a lot of you guys I've spoken to on the phone are single, want to find a girlfriend, that sort of thing. I will upload, you can see a picture of me with my girlfriend, so you, I don't know, have some proof or whatever, in case you thought I'd be lying. Some guys are married, but your libido isn't quite there, maybe the performance isn't quite there, and you know your wife would prefer that if it was there. So this is a big topic. It goes to the heart of what makes us who we are. Assuming you're straight, this is my experience has changed massively. So when I was 18, 19, I used to be overweight. My testosterone was 400. And I remember, because we were 18, 19 at uni at the time, we were going out clubbing all the time. And I remember, this wasn't like this when I first got there and I was leaner. But towards the end of that year and into the second year, every single girl I approached had a boyfriend. Every single one. It was 100% rejection rate. Every single time without fail. One girl who used to fancy me at the start of the year ended up saying things like, "You've changed, you know, you're different now." And she obviously meant I gained a load of weight. And so straight away I started to realise that high body fat was a problem, obviously. Partly because of the way you look, or the way I looked, partly because it was affecting my libido and bedroom performance and other problems, other things like that. And it took a while for me to get out of that hole and start climbing towards the 950 that I'm at now. And now, I mean, I'm certainly not like the most handsome guy on the planet. I'm going to be getting a hair transplant this winter, FYI. It's not really something that concerns me much. I just know that logically I'd look more handsome if I had a hair transplant. But but it's a very, very different thing now. Because when you get a really good physique, obviously it looks better on the beach. And I've said before about how me and my girlfriend were on the beach and there were groups of Greek girls staring. It's kind of ridiculous. But it's not just that, it also makes you, because you feel better about yourself, you carry yourself better. So your posture improves, your things like eye contact. Guys who do retention go on about how they get more attention from women and it feels amazing and whatever because of some mystical, magical force. Truth is, you just have more energy and you carry yourself better. That's why you're getting more attention from women. It's a body language thing, it's confidence. But it's not magic, it's the testosterone increase that does it. It's partly an absolute thing, it's partly the relative spike. It's that spike that makes you feel really good and it makes you carry yourself better. And that's been my experience as well. And in terms of other guys who I've worked with, I've mentioned Tim before. When he first came to me, and he was in his late 30s, he was going through a divorce. Potentially was going to lose half of his Amazon FBA business, thousands and thousands of dollars going to his ex-wife. And she was also cheating on him with some guy in another state somewhere. Sounded pretty messy. 8 weeks later, his testosterone had almost tripled. So it was like 2.5x. It was a lot higher. Dude's physique was better. He was looking sharper. He wasn't a bad looking guy anyway, but he was looking better at the end of it. His attitude was better. His mindset, his mental health was better. And because the business was growing, he ended up buying a Porsche Panamera GTS. I'm not really a car guy, but it was a pretty nice, pretty fancy looking car. Lo and behold, the wife wants him back again. So the testosterone, the rapid increase in testosterone, absolutely, in and of itself, makes a big difference because of the way you carry yourself, the confidence, and because of the things that it leads to. It makes fat loss easier. It makes muscle gain easier. It makes looks maxing easier. Fat loss helps your face look better. So those things, plus the productivity, plus the fact you're probably going to make more money, especially if you're self-employed, especially if you've got a business where the harder you work, the more money you make immediately. That's where testosterone is really useful. And so the external things obviously make women more attractive to you if you're better looking, if you drive a fancy car, the obvious stuff. So that's been Tim. Then there was John. I remember he lost 6% body fat in 6 weeks, and the testosterone went up as a result of that. And his wife was the first one to comment. She was impressed, and the fact that she was impressed made him more motivated to get more results, and he kept on going. She noticed that, I think he had the belt where the belt was like 1 or 2 buckles tighter. So that was like an obvious metric of fat loss for him. This was before he got the next DEXA scan. And his wife was commenting saying, oh, wow, you look good. Like, and her actions like backed it up in the bedroom, which is pretty important. But yeah, in terms of you guys who are married, no. If you're single and you want to get a girlfriend, yeah, the testosterone itself will make you more confident. But if you lose a ton of weight, and testosterone makes it easier to do that, take it from me, I've done it personally, the response is just not the same at all. It goes from instant negativity to instant positivity purely because of your body fat percentage. That's how powerful it is. Yes, it's shallow, but it's human nature. And the way we look at women is also shallow. So we're all kind of the same in that sense. So body fat percentage, guys, you've got to get the 15% or less purely for testosterone reasons, but also for looking the kind of way that you would need to look for women to immediately be interested. So there's that. And then you guys who are married, there's a lot of guys, I've had a few consult calls recently, guys who are all married, but your issue tends to be that the libido isn't what it used to be, and you know that it's something from you, it's not necessarily something she's done. And then the testosterone test confirms this because it's like 200, 250, 300. Literally, fat loss will help, but getting the testosterone to 800 plus fixes the libido like that. Testosterone is the sex hormone. It's hugely important, and of course, the wife is going to appreciate that, the significant other. So, yeah, that's been a few people's experience, my experience. It'll be interesting to see what the hair transplant does as well, but for me, body fat percentage makes a huge difference, and you simply carry yourself better. You have more of a physical presence. I think that's what it really is, and that's what they respond to, as well as being jacked. Being jacked will help you a lot more on the beach. The beaches of Crete, for instance. It won't help you as much in the winter when everyone's clothed up. But the thing that you will have permanently is that your face is more defined. You can see the jawline more easily, whereas when I was overweight, I didn't have a jawline. It just didn't exist. But anyway, if you are more interested in fat loss and getting really learning exactly how to do it, I'll share the lessons I learned from 6 years of being sub 10% body fat. Really insightful video. I give you the actual secrets to staying lean as well as getting lean. No one talks about satiation per calorie, for example. Like, that's a term I've made up, I believe. But that's the truth. Check out that video. I talk a lot more about it, and I'll see you in the next one.